Jessie Ware. She is one of the best pop artists of this decade. This may seem like a weird statement as Jessie Ware has been making music since the early 2010s, but it was really in 2020 when she released her fourth studio album, What's Your Pleasure, that she received critical and commercial acclaim far above the praise she had received previously. I'm not going to go over this album too much, but for those who haven't heard it yet, it is genuinely one of the greatest pop albums of the 2020s and arguably one of the best disco albums ever made. She would follow up this amazing album with the also amazing That Feels Good in 2023, another lost disco and dance pop experience that took a more sensual approach, and pretty much every positive quality of these two albums applies heavily to her most recent album, Superbloom. Just like What's Your Pleasure and That Feels Good, Superbloom also has irresistibly catchy choruses, soaring vocals, and flavourful disco and dance pop infused production. There does seem to be a heavier emphasis on romantic themes on this new album compared to the previous two, but other than the different lyrical themes explored throughout this album, Jessie is admittedly not really venturing out into new territory. She's still tapping into the genres and sounds she explored in the previous two records. She is giving us what she has already given us before. However, I don't think that's entirely a bad thing. Sure, I would like her to experiment more and try out different sounds, but she at least knows how to deliver this sound very well, better than almost everybody else within the dance pop or disco space, which comes with pros and cons I guess, but as long as we're being gifted with another handful of endlessly replayable dance pop and disco bangers, I can't really complain too much. That's not to say that this and her two previous albums sound exactly the same. There is a different atmosphere for each record. What's Your Pleasure felt like it was made for the dance floors. That Feels Good felt like it was made for the bedroom. But Superbloom feels like the soundtrack to a love life. Take Mr. Valentine for instance, a flirtatious banger with Jessie sending an invite to someone to be her Valentine. The teasing and playful intro and post-chorus add a lot of personality to the track, giving off some old school girl group vibes. If you're someone who is somehow tired of this repetitive dance pop sound, the track 16 Summers might be for you. Jessie taps into something different with this gorgeous soft piano ballad backed by melancholic strings. She sings about wanting to spend every summer she has left with this person, while also reflecting on missed past opportunities and striving to cherish the present. It's a track that focuses on the past, present and future, combining feelings of nostalgia, regret and love all into one. There's something about the atmosphere of the song that evokes a classic Disney vibe. By classic Disney, I mean the era of 2D hand-drawn animation. On top of that, she genuinely does sound like a Disney princess on this track. But to further get into the bops on this thing, there's Ride, which might go down as my favorite dance pop song of the year. It has this excellent glittery and cyberpunk synth line that is part of what's made other Jessie Ware tracks like Soul Control one of my favorite pop anthems of this decade, and just like many of the other songs on the album, it also features a super glamorous chorus. It's the most futuristic sounding track that Jessie has ever made. This was one of the lead singles from this album. The first one was I Could Get Used to This, which also serves as the first song on the album aside from the 50-second prelude. The opening of vocal layering and washed keys makes me feel like I'm walking through a desert. Put boom bap drums against the first 10 seconds of the song and it would sound like an instrumental out of Denzel Curry's Melt My Eyes era, but once Jessie begins singing, the atmosphere immediately changes to a more floral and elegant one, not only because of the love-struck lyrics about her wanting to stay with this person for infinity and other imagery about flowers blooming and growing, but also because of how rich the production suddenly gets. Through the funky bass line to the luxurious strings, it's a dazzling dance pop experience, and this dazzling glamorous aesthetic carries over to much of the rest of the album, like in the title track that follows. Though not as punchy as I Could Get Used to This, the impressive layers of backup vocals during the chorus still make it sound massive and even even holy in a sense. The streak of top-notch choruses and romantic lyrics continues on to Automatic, where this time she is infatuated with how well this person, presumably her husband, treats her. There are also some whispery and seductive sexual jams on this album, which were of course present on That Feels Good, though I guess not as sensual, it's a little more upbeat. Take Sauna for instance, which seems to be about taking things to the sauna instead of the bedroom, and if there's any song on the tracklist that has the strongest 80s throwback vibe, it would be this one. To go over my issues with this album, the romantic lyrics that Jessie writes are pretty cliche and repetitive at points. There are multiple tracks here that just feature various ways of saying I will love you forever. In Love For You, there's the line love you for the rest of my life. In I Could Get Used To This, there's the line let's stay here for infinity. The title song has the line love forever. No Consequences has I will love you till I die. As adorable as the romantic lyrics on the album are, they are admittedly cliche expressions of love, and there isn't that much variety among them either. As I just gave examples of, she's sort of just repeating the same thing but in different ways from track to track. It's really the rich instrumentals, massive choruses, and her versatile vocal range all over this album that make up for these lyrical flaws. But these lyrical cliches and repetitiveness also brings down the already underwhelming tracks even more, in the sense that the lyrics are mostly things Jessie has already said in other songs, making the track's inclusion feel even more unnecessary. Love You For is an example of that. So while Superbloom as a whole absolutely nails the target on many tracks when it comes to delivering flavorful, expensive sounding production, phenomenal choruses, and excellent vocal performances, it disappoints when it comes to the lyrics. Please like and subscribe.